All right, so.
Yeah, it's in that too.
Oh, it is in Percy Jackson too. Which one?
The first one, because the pearl lands in it.
Oh.
Or no, it just is the marble or whatever.
Okay, so it is in some good movies. Not okay. So roulette, there are the numbers 1 through 36. Okay, and then you have the number 0 and 00, and those two slots are green. So 1 through 36, they're an even split between red and black, and then you have the 0 and the 00. So that's the wheel that they actually spin, that the ball lands on. But then this, this on the table is where they place their bets. Okay, so if they're gonna bet odd or even number, so say you want to bet even number, then they would put their chips here on the even, and then they'd spin it and go from there, right? So this is on the board for them to just put their chips on for the bet, but then they spin the wheel to see what happens, okay? So what we're going to do is we are going to set up a box model for each one of these bets, okay? As if we're going to play, let's see how many times. We're playing 100 times, and we're betting $1 each time, okay? And then we are going to set up the box model that represents how much money we would win, okay? But right now we're just setting up the possibilities, okay? So let's look at odd. So if you have room like on the side of your notes to set up the box model like right here, great. Otherwise you can just write it below wherever you want, but just keep track of these because we will be using them in the future, okay? So odd or even pays even money. So what that means is if you bet $1, then if it lands odd or even, then you win $1 on top of that, okay? So you win the same amount of money that you bet. So how many odd or even numbers are there? Wait, sorry. Bad question. That was a terrible question. Sorry. So we're looking at the numbers 1 through 36. If you bet odd, how many odd numbers are there? 18. If you bet even, there's 18, right? So then there are 18 ways for us to win our dollar back, or win an extra dollar, I should say. Okay? Because there's 18 odds or evens. Now, how many remaining spaces are there? Do you remember how many spaces I told you are on the wheel? There's 38. So, how many tickets will we have in every box model? 38, because there's 38 possibilities, right? So then if we have 18 ways of earning $1, how many ways do we have of losing that? How many remaining spaces? 20, right? Because we have the other odd or even plus the 0 and 00 plus those, right? And if we land on those, we lose our $1. So that'd be -1. Okay, so what's on the tickets is what we make, right? We either make $1, so this is either going to be +1 or -1. There's 18 ways we can win, 20 ways we can lose. And then we're going to do this how many times? 100. We're playing it 100 times, okay? All right, let's go to red or black pays even money. So what do you think? So if I bet red, how many reds are there? 18, right? If I bet black, there's 18 blacks. So what is this one going to look like? So it'll be 18 ways, and then it says pays even money. So that's still, we're going to just win $1. And how many ways can we lose? How many spaces? 20, yep. So it's going to be the same as odd or even because it's the same probability as that, okay? So remember, there's 38 tickets because there's 38 spots on the wheel. Right? All right, now section bet means, like if you look at your handout, if you do a section bet, so it'd be like this section of the wheel. So it'd be those numbers, right? Or you could do this section or this section, right? So that's what a section bet is. So how many numbers are in a section? 12 numbers in a section, right? Okay, so there's how many ways can we win? How many spots on the wheel can we win? The 12, right? Now it pays 2 to 1. So instead of earning $1 now, we're now going to earn $2 because it pays 2 to 1, which is twice what we bet. And we're just betting $1. So that's why it's just 2. All right, how many spaces are not on that section? Because these should always add up to what? 38. So there's 26 that we would lose our $1, right? And then we're still playing 100 times. Okay, so I want you with your neighbor, maybe Weston. Do you want to move back with Jacob? Anyway, or you can just talk to these girls. Okay, thanks. I want you guys to set up this one. 1 through 18, you can bet on those numbers, or you can bet 19 to 36, and it pays even money. So I want you to work with your partner on that. Go. All right, McKaylee, Mariah, Haley, what do you ladies think about this one? Okay, so what are your different opinions?
Maybe 18 1 and then 18 -1.
Okay, and what's the other opinion?
Counting the double zeros, I guess. So it would be 19 1 and 19.
But this.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys are saying it's either this one or the second one. Well, how many spots are on the wheel? So we know our tickets have to add up to 38. So there's 18 numbers in 1 through 18. There's 18 numbers here. So I would agree with this second one, right? Because then you have those 18 spots you lose on plus the 0 and double 0, right? And then it pays even money, so that's why we either win $1 or we lose $1. Okay, good. What about column bet? So a column bet is basically you'd put your money here and you'd bet on any of these numbers in this column.
That's fine.
Okay, so a column bet has 12 numbers. It says it right there. And it pays 2 to 1. So how many ways can we win? How many spots on the wheel? 12. And what would we win? 2, twice our money, right? And then how many spots on the wheel could we lose? 26, and we'd lose $1. That's 100 times. Okay. So questions so far on those? Okay, and then, all right, so these are a little bit different just in how they pay. So single number pays 35 to 1. So if you bet a single number, if you bet $1 on a single number, it lands there, you'll win $35. If you bet $10, you'd win $350 because it pays 35 times what you bet. Okay? All right, but is it likely to happen? No. Okay? So single number means this box model, we're going to have one space that pays 35. And how many spaces do we lose? 37. We would lose our $1 or whatever the bet is, right? All right, split covers both numbers. So a split would be like I could split between 11 and 12. You know, I could put my bet between 4 and 5. I could, you know, just between 2. So, and it pays 17 to 1. So how many spots on the wheel could we win? 2. And what would it pay? 17 times. Good. And how many spots would we lose? 36. We would lose. You guys are getting the hang of this. Good job. Okay, so 2, or some of you, just kidding. Well, were you here yesterday?
Wow, you should know.
You weren't, because it was quiet, yeah. No, just you and your partner didn't argue, I remember that. No, if you weren't here yesterday, if this is confusing, that's makes sense, you're totally fine. Just be patient. All right, 3 numbers covers 3 numbers covers 3 numbers across. So like basically if you bet, yeah, like this row, right? It'd be 3 numbers like that.
So like it's going up.
So then how many spots could we win? And that pays what? 11. And then how many remaining spots on the wheel? 35 remaining, and all of those we would lose our bet.
Oh, okay.
Okay, now I want you guys to set up the last 2 with your partner, okay? You got this. Kaylee and Lydia, what did you ladies get for the 4 numbers? Pays 8 to 1.
4 and then 8 in the box and then 34 and -1.
34 and -1. Okay, raise your hand if you agree with Kaylee and Lydia. Okay, Daniel, Caitlin, do you guys want to share with us what you got for the last one? 6 numbers covers.
6, 5.
So 6 and it pays 5.
And then 32 and it subtract 1. 1.
Okay, so then we have 6 ways to win 5 times our bet, 32 ways to lose our bet, right? Okay, so hopefully that helps review with the box model, like how to represent a situation, because remember yesterday we talked about just rolling a die and getting paid what's on the die, right? So say we play that same game where we're rolling a die, and I'm doing this for review for those that weren't here, okay? And it's good review for everyone else. But so say we're rolling a die and we win $5 if it's if it's prime. I don't even know if this will make sense. We're gonna lose $2 if it's a composite number. Prime number means it only has 2 factors, 1 in itself. Okay. So how many prime numbers are on a regular die? 2 is the only even prime. 3 is prime. 5 is prime. Okay. See, this is, yeah, I'm like, this is a good game. Composite is actually just 4 and 6. 1 is neither. See, I should have these switched. You lose 2 if it's prime. Let me switch these. I didn't think about the probability. Anyway. Okay, so how many ways can we win? How many composite numbers are there? 2, because there's 4 and 6. So there's 2 ways we could win $5, and all the other ways. So what if I roll a 1? True. So technically we could have 3 that we lose the $2 and 1. So if we roll a 1, it's nothing happens. Like you don't win nor lose, right? Or if we wanted to include the one with you lose, then we could do that. But anyway, so the box model just helps us represent this chance process, okay? All right, so what I have for your assignment, and I'm gonna make it, I don't know, chapter 18 reading quiz is all. So is it okay if I make it due tomorrow before class? And you could, if you start it right now and answer a question, it will save what you have. Okay, so we have, how much more time? We have 13 or 14 minutes. So if you answer at least questions 1 and 2, it will save it for you and you can finish it whenever. Chapter 18 reading quiz. Make sure that you're on the USU Canvas. And if you need to borrow a book, they're over there on the bookshelf.
I can't charge my Chromebook.